Hi, champions. Welcome to your math class for Monday, April the 4th, 2022. I'm glad you guys are here. I wish I could see you. Today's target, we're going to practice recognizing types of lines so we can differentiate between parallel, intersecting, and perpendicular lines. We'll know we have it if we can recognize parallel, intersecting, and perpendicular lines. But before we start talking about lines, we're going to talk about a testing strategy for math. I know that STAR testing is coming up, and I know some of you are very concerned about it. So I'm going to every day give you some hints on how you can be successful. First hint for today, they will give you a piece of scratch paper. The teacher at the STAR testing site will give you a piece of scratch paper, and if you need more, she'll give you more. Use that scratch paper for math. For very simple problems, you may not need the scratch paper, but usually you should do work on the paper instead of in your head. Never try to do very complicated test problems in your head. Work it out on the paper. You can use scratch paper to work out a long division or multiplication problem like they did here, or like they did here, or you can also use it to draw pictures or diagrams to help you figure out certain problems, like they did here. We're going to look at an example. Here's the problem, a word problem. Jack, Allie, Zoe, and Dan all ran a race together. Dan got third place. Zoe was right behind Dan. Allie finished before Jake. What place did Jake get? That's sort of complicated, but watch what you can do. You can write first, second, third, and fourth. And our first clue here says Dan got third place. Well, here's Dan. You can put a D above third place, or this person just drew a picture of a stick figure of Dan above third place. So let's look at the next clue. Zoe was right behind Dan. So if Zoe was right behind Dan, what place did she get? Yes, she got fourth place. Okay, so far we got third and fourth place. Allie finished before Jake. Now there's only two places left. And if Allie finished before Jake, so Allie and Jake are left. She finished before Jake. So what place is Allie in? That's right, she's in first place. And now we know that Jake got second place because that's the only one left. The easiest way to figure out a problem like that is to draw it out on your scratch paper. Use your scratch paper. Okay, we're going to talk about parallel, intersecting, and perpendicular lines. Parallel lines never meet. Intersecting lines make a V. Perpendicular, you can make a square. Lines are really neat. All right, now I want you to do it with me. Show me with your arms. Parallel lines never meet. Intersecting lines make a V. Perpendicular, you can make a square. Lines are really neat. And we're going to talk about parallel, intersecting, and perpendicular lines today. Parallel lines are side by side, going in line in the same direction. Now watch this. This is called vertical, up and down. These parallel lines can go vertical. They can go diagonally, like the green ones. Diagonal means it's going like that. They can go diagonally the other way, like the purple ones, or They can be horizontal. They can go side by one on top and one on the bottom. Parallel lines do not form any angles because they never meet, so they can't form an angle. Train tracks have parallel lines. They're an example. These wooden tracks have parallel lines. Those aren't the track. The wooden bases have parallel lines, and the tracks have parallel lines. These two will never meet. Yes, they make a perpendicular line when the track and the rail meet, but the rails, the track never meets, and the rails never meet. They are parallel. There are parallel lines on this paper. Any paper you see that's lined paper will have parallel lines. The rungs on a ladder are parallel. That rung and that rung will never meet. The prongs on an electrical cord are parallel to each other. The top of a rectangle is parallel to the bottom of a rectangle. The sides of a rectangle are also parallel to each other. Yes, when the top and this side meet, they make a right angle. They become perpendicular. But the two top lines are parallel and the two bottom lines are parallel. Here's a trapezoid, the one that's on solid red, not the dots. The ones that are, the part that is solid red makes a trapezoid. Right here. You see that? Now, a trapezoid has two parallel lines. It has this line on the top and this line on the bottom are parallel. The two lines on the side are not parallel because if this line kept going forever and ever, it would eventually intersect with this line that would keep going forever and ever. So parallel lines never meet. Even if they were to go all the way over here, they would not meet because they are parallel. And the same this way. They will not meet because they are parallel. But these two would meet if they kept going on. So they're not parallel. Intersecting lines meet or cross. This line and this line are crossing. Intersecting lines make a V. They cross, they make a V. There's a V, and here's a V. Oh, look, and here's a V, and here's a V. The blades of a scissors are intersecting lines. They meet right there where the scissors gear is. These lines on a basketball hoop are intersecting lines. They meet each other. That one meets that one. This one meets this one. They're intersecting. And on this fence, I see parallel lines. Let me get a marker. It'll show it better. On this fence, I see parallel lines. Here we go. Parallel lines make a V. The lines on this pentagon are intersecting. They aren't at a right angle, and so none of the lines here are parallel. I do not see any parallel lines. I don't see any perpendicular ones too, either, because perpendicular has to have a right angle. These lines are intersecting. If this line were to go on forever, well, If this line were to go on and this line were to go on, they would cross. If this line were to go on and this line were to go on, they would cross. They're intersecting. Intersecting lines that form right angles have a special name. They're called perpendicular. Can you see the right angles in this perpendicular shape? 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now, this fence has perpendicular lines. It has parallel lines. That one and that one are parallel. And these fence posts are parallel to each other. But right here where they meet and they make a right angle, they become intersecting. The lines on a football, the white lines on the edges are parallel. But look at these here. You see how they, I'll just draw it bigger. The lacing on a football makes perpendicular lines. You can make a square. Which lines on the rectangle are perpendicular? The green ones or the black ones? Yes, the black ones you can make a square. The green ones are parallel. But these black lines are perpendicular. Perpendicular, you can make a square. Now look at this shape. Are these lines here perpendicular? No, you can't make a square there. But you can here. Now these lines, these two are parallel. But where they meet, they become perpendicular. All right, which of these lines are parallel? You tell me. Got 15 seconds. Which ones are parallel? If you said A, you are absolutely correct. Parallel lines never meet. Which of these lines are perpendicular? Perpendicular, you can make a square. Where are the perpendicular lines? A, B, or C? Oh, this is A, B, and C. I covered up the, I see some parallel lines there. I see some oh, look at B. If you said B, you're right. You can make a square right there. Perpendicular, you can make a square. And up here too. You can make 4 squares there. 4 right angles, they're perpendicular. Which of these lines are intersecting? I'm going to give you 15 seconds. If you said B, give yourself a pat on the back. Good job. It is B. We know they're intersecting because they make a V. Here's another one down here. Maybe Mrs. Lansford can, there we go. All right. Which of these lines are perpendicular? If you said B, you're correct. I want you to tell me how you knew that these were perpendicular. That's right. You can make a square. Oh, B and C. I didn't see that. You guys probably got that before I did. B and C are perpendicular. You can make a square. The top and the bottom edges of the ruler are parallel to each other, intersecting, or perpendicular. The top edge, get red highlighter. The top edge up here and the bottom edge down here. Are they parallel, intersecting, perpendicular? If you said A, you're correct. Those are parallel lines. The legs of the bench are, I can make a square, perpendicular, you can make a square. Yes, it is B, perpendicular. Look at the hands on this clock. If they were to go all the way out there and all the way up there, are they A, perpendicular, or B, parallel? I heard some of you say A, perpendicular, and you were correct. How did you know that? Yes, you can make a square. Oh, look at these skis. Are they A, intersecting, or B, parallel? I know some of you said intersecting A, and you're right. Look at these V's that they make. It's time for announcements already. If you plan to come back to K-12 next year, you need to re-register now. Math and Literacy Fun Night on Wednesday, April 13th from 6:30 to 7:30. There are special teachers that are going to be here playing games with you for math and reading. Fourth grade STAR testing is May 10th and 11th. And I miss you guys so much. I wish I could be there with you. There will be a game on your Padlet. There will be a video and a game. Watch the video, then watch this recorded lesson, and then play the game. Okay, see you later. Bye.